All right, okay. Welcome everyone to this meeting of the Great British Rhythm and Blues Festival on Monday the 7th of August 2023. Can I welcome everyone here? Have we got any apologies?
I've received apologies from Councillor Lord.
And I received apologies from Councillor Chamberlain. Right. Any declaration of interest from anyone? Where they might have an interest in the rest of the agenda? No. Minutes of the meeting held on the 12th of June. So anything on there that anybody needs to ask a question about? And if not, can someone who was here propose them as a correct record, please? Thank you, Andy. And Ian, will you second them? Right. All those in favour of accepting them? Thank you. Item 5, venue update.
As you're already aware, we've got two main stages this year, Pendle Hippodrome and the Exchange Project stage. So they've been programmed. And we're pretty much good to go. We've got the back line that's been installed on Thursday, the 24th of August, and the PA being installed on the Friday, the 25th, at both venues. To reduce costs this year, we are installing the lighting at the Exchange Project in-house. It's going to be myself doing that, because that's what I used to do as a job, which is always fun. So that'll get put in on the Thursday. At the last meeting, there was questions raised about where people can drink alcohol on the land where St John's is in the Exchange Project. So I've spoken with Ruth, who looks after the Exchange Project, and she pretty much said that people are absolutely fine to drink on the land, just not inside the building. And she was absolutely fine for people to drink, stood watching whatever acts have got on the stage, because they have got a stage across there as well. They got a number of acts on the stage, but when people are playing on the stage outdoors, there won't be anything on indoors and vice versa, so there'll be no clash of music. And they are holding a market over there as well, so they've got about 14 traders over there, but obviously because we've got the official food vendors, they've agreed that there'll be no food vendors trading. At the main stage, so the Hippodrome and the Exchange Project, the Town Council will provide towels, bottles of water, and the PRS forms for the acts playing over that weekend. But that's pretty much it for the venue update from me.
Thank you. When you say across there outside the stage, will it be the back of the lorry that they usually?
It will be, yeah. So I had a chat with them about the back of the lorry, because last year they were kind of climbing up on the stage, whereas we've actually got steps at the same level as the stage that we've used for Christmas. So we've kindly agreed we'll lend them to them, so we can make sure there's no incidents, any accidents or anything like that. So yeah, it'll be back of the lorry.
And will, if there's a band on, and if you have got something here downstairs and like an acoustic thing, will you be able to? Will it be?
We didn't have any issues last year.
All right.
We had it where there were a band on in here and someone out there, and it didn't really matter.
Okay. Any questions? About it? No. Okay. Marketing update.
So Scott Dawson have been doing quite a lot of social media marketing. So they've been doing regular posting across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They've done a number of sponsored posts over the last couple of weeks. So they've been doing about covering a weekend, putting £200 on a sponsored post, which has had quite a good impact on ticket sales. We've got 25 banners that have gone up today all across East Lancashire. And they'll each week move them to a different location, so people see them in different areas. We've got some big A1 posters along the railway line from Colne to Preston, the Slide line, and then up into the Lake District somewhere. So we managed to get that free from Community Rail Lancashire in exchange for a couple of free tickets, which was appreciated. As you've seen, the festival programme, which we should have them by Wednesday, and then we'll get them around the pubs and the bars and stuff like that. And then anyone that comes to pick up their wristband, there'll be one in their little pack as well. We've been doing a couple of competitions on social media, people saying who they'd bring to the festival or memories, stuff like that, for people to win day tickets on social media, which has gone down pretty well. We've got an editorial going in Colne Life, which will come out this week, and they're going to distribute that at the Trawden Show and throughout August like they normally do. We've got some radio work going out, so we've got something with BBC Radio Lancashire, but we've also got some stuff going out with Smooth Northwest, Heart Northwest, and Capital Lancashire as well. So we're hitting some of the bigger stations now, which is pretty good, to be fair. But in regards to marketing, that's pretty much it.
So you've got posters. You only in Lancashire, you haven't got them going towards Skipton and North Yorkshire. No.
No. They only do lines this side.
Right. Okay. Well, I think you should put one in Barlick in your house then. When we talk about when we'll get the programs on Wednesday, as well as putting them in sort of coffee paper, you need to put them somewhere where people are sat down really or can pick them up. So I'm thinking of, as well as pubs and coffee shops, like barbers and dentists and people who are sat there thinking, oh boy, pick one up. I just thought that places like that as well. I mean, if we've enough, we could put them, in most places.
Well, when we've got them, we'll go for every business in the town and get them in as many places as we can.
Like the vets or sometimes if you're waiting to have your teeth done, you can be waiting a long time, can't you? Really? Well, not the vets, in the dentist. Yeah. And maybe the health centre. There's a
Boundary Mills, I thought.
Boundary Mill.
Yeah, we've got some adverts going on some of the big screens in Colne as well. The one at Boundary Mill and the two totem boards, and then the one on Skipton Road, the big one.
The big one.
Which were a freebie.
Yeah.
What?
Totem boards, I think they call them. Yeah.
And the post office is both down here and down Skipton Road. There's always a queue. So if you have some on the side, somebody will pick them up because they'll be waiting.
We will get them distributed accordingly.
I'm only saying this because when we go to France, they're everywhere, aren't they? They're in every shop, and you can pick them up and take them home and have a look. They'll do that and bring my mate up and all that. But I know you're doing everything. You're doing it as much as we've ever done. So thank you. Any more questions on marketing? No, I think that's covered. Are you happy with the marketing, Nina? Catering update.
So we did have 5 catering pitches booked, but one of them has now fallen through. It's like they've dropped off the face of the earth. So we are going to be looking at trying to fill that pitch. However, all the other 4 pitches have paid in full and are preparing for the festival weekend. So we've got the Thai van returning, the grill, which is the burger unit that's normally at the bottom next to the Thai van. You've got Golden Catering, who he's done it for 30 odd years outside the Muni. And then you've got Istanbul Grill, which is the chap that brings his barbecue. And he has been told he has to have fencing around his pitch, which was a condition from Environmental Health and Licensing. So he's been told about that as well. And they'll be arriving from Thursday, the 24th of August, and we'll get them in position when we can. That's pretty much it for catering.
Presumably, the man, this has been coming for since whenever. Is that the one that would normally be outside the Muni?
It is, yeah. And
Because
it's
obviously you can't go there now because there's scaffolding and stuff.
he's spoken with the builders down there because he spoke with Alison Good, and he's agreed a position with them where he's happy and they're happy without blocking any entrances or removing any trees and stuff like that.
That was the other point I was going to make. For goodness sake, don't
Move
kill that
tree.
tree again, or don't kill the new tree.
Yeah. Did we ever talk to the Muni, not the Muni, the Hippodrome people have better drinks rather than fizzy cans of rubbish and. Well, I know, but if you're there all day, and all they have is them little horrible bottles of wine that are.
Can I just say that if we say to businesses, you can't serve that,
No, I'm not.
that's what I'm saying is that, I mean, they've got a business where that's what they want to serve,
Yeah.
same as any pubs there. We can't say you can't sell that.
I was just thinking they might sell something a bit better as well.
They may do. It's, but it's
I
not something I don't
It's not
think
something that
we can actually turn around and enforce.
because we had a lot of complaints last year that the Muni ran out of Bombadil, proper beer.
Really?
Well, yeah,
You've got 3 bars here.
I know, but what will they be allowed
We
to
sell
take
it
them
too.
take them into the Hippodrome to watch the.
I have been speaking to the Hippodrome, not specifically about little bottles of wine, but they are enhancing their bar offering for this year. It's a good business decision from their point of view, because
Yeah.
if they sell more alcohol of whatever description, it raises more revenue for them, and it's a charity, they want to raise money.
Thank you. That's good.
Can I just ask one question? You say there's one space left that's available for the food. Now, I know Christmas market over in Skipton, they've got a lot of people who do different foods. And me personally, I like the old Bratties, bratwurst. I don't know if you spoke to Skipton, see if, do you reach out to these companies or?
So how it's normally done on a tendering basis. So we put it on the website and other different sites, and then they apply if they want to.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult to get new food vendors because the pitch themselves they are quite pricey. But over the weekend they'll make that back. But for a business to risk a couple of £100, some won't. Well, a lot won't do it. But we have sent an email out to. We've got a mailing list with about 700 traders on. Seeing if there's any hot food vendors that are interested in a pitch on that weekend.
Yeah. Would it be worth, as an email, saying there is still opportunity? Otherwise, you're going to lose out. You just try and edge them if you like.
Yeah, well, that email only got sent today, so give it a couple of days and then chase it up. But I've got one that's pretty keen to take it.
Yeah.
So they're just going to have a look at the documentation and get it back to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Item 8 is artist update.
So one of the acts that was on one of the main stages, Heidi Magpies, no longer playing. Is that right? So I believe they've been replaced with Toby Lee. So it was just an update to everyone that Heidi Magpies won't be performing, but they have been replaced with a brilliant act that's getting a lot of attention in the press at the moment. Positive attention.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know why they've pulled out, or
They've disbanded. They are no more.
Is that Jake's band? Yeah. No, local. Yeah. Jake lived on down. I don't know if he still lives there. Brown Street West. Yeah, that was his mum's house. I think. Right, Toby Lee. Well, good. No other upsets artist-wise. No. Tickets.
So we've sold 507 tickets to date, and we've sold 165 camping pictures. We have seen an increase in ticket sales this past week, 2 weeks. Obviously, we have done a lot more marketing these past 2 weeks and paid for some sponsored posts, so it is looking like it's paying off. Investing a little bit of money in the marketing, but we are selling quite a lot of tickets each day. I mean, we sold 10 today on its own. There's still hours in the day yet.
Mm.
Can I just make a point? When you say marketing, the impression I'm getting is actually more advertising rather than marketing. It's because marketing is trying to get the feedback, but when you're trying to get the information out there for the people, it's more the advertising side of life.
I think they just called a marketing company, aren't they? But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
Right, because normally, like I say, your marketing is when you get your feedback.
Yeah, like market
To
research.
push- to get your research
I
out.
think it's a normal, that's what they
Yeah,
call themselves, these promotional companies, so.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's
That's what they- yeah.
marketing and promotion nowadays.
right.
So-
So I'm saying it's just, for me, I'm listening, I'm thinking marketing. I know they're saying you put the advert side, but it's like you're getting feedback by people interacting with the ticket sales or interacting with the competitions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the terminology. It's like, well, to me, it's the advertising. It's getting the message out to get the interest. Where marketing is like, yeah, let's get the information in. How can we use this information? Good or bad information?
Yeah, well, you call it marketing, I mean advertising.
Advertising. Yeah.
Because that's what it is, that's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Andy. But anything else on tickets? No? Okay. Volunteer update.
So we've made contact with volunteers. We've reduced the amount of volunteer tasks this year, because last year there were a lot of tasks that didn't really need doing, such as glass collecting. Obviously, we have paid bar staff for that reason. So Friday we're full for volunteers, which is always great. Saturday we've got 2 pitches left. We've got litter picking pitch 2 till 6, and town hall box office 2 till 6 again, but I've no concerns that they won't be filled. Sunday we've got a couple more pitches left. We've got 2 positions for the merchandise stall at St John's Church, 10 till 2, and 2 till 6, and then just litter picking in the afternoon. But they're the only pitches that are still empty at the moment. The position, should I say? But we'll be sending another email out to volunteers today or tomorrow, just to try and get as many as we can. And then after that, we'll send an email out, maybe beginning of next week, to everyone that's chosen what they want to do, just to give them information about collecting the T-shirt and any questions and briefings and stuff like that. We've sorted out the volunteer pack lunches, which volunteers get provided. Usually we get sandwiches from Asda or Aldi, and they're not that good. So this year we've asked a local business to provide some a range of sandwiches, which are a bit more filling. And we'll get them on the Friday, and they'll get kept in the fridge over the weekend. Obviously, volunteer T-shirts we've got plenty, so that if we run out of one, well, we won't run out of one side. We made sure we've got enough. But that's pretty much it for volunteers.
So we've got litter picking for Sunday, yeah,
Yeah.
and some people for merchandising, yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows anybody who might be at a loose end, tell them to come and see Nathan.
I think that we'll have lots of people from the action group that will be willing to come litter picking whatever time. So
All right.
yeah, I think you
that's
can
good.
cover that quite
Yeah.
easily.
That'd be brilliant. We've got extra bits of kit this year,
Great.
with bags ready to go.
Can you make sure you've got the large bags that go into the street litter bins?
We've asked for them
Yeah,
from Pendle
because
already.
that
Yeah.
was one of the problems last year, that we were putting smaller ones in. Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant, thanks.
Yeah. So that's good. Yes, and
It's not. They can't. No, it's not volunteer session, but it is related to the, like you say, the bins there and the bags. Have we got arranged for the bulk disposal for rubbish instead of it being able to sit there for hours now? We've got that.
for days and days.
Yeah. So have we got that in place where we have
We
got
will have.
bulk refuse?
Yeah, we'll get to that in item 12, but we have got waste management covered.
Yeah. Yes, I think Nathan knows, and that when you're planning any event, the waste, that's the first thing you get sorted, isn't it? Then you're not stuck at the end rushing about and people complaining that you know. Okay, official fringe venue update. Rena?
Not much to report as of last meeting, other than the fringe lineups have been announced on social media. We've got official fringe venue window stickers going out in the next week, so you the public can identify which are official fringe venues, and the venues themselves are picking up on the social media that Code Blue Society has done, and sharing that as their own posts. Not a lot else to report on that side.
The only update we've got regarding fringe venues is, as you would have seen in the programme, there's a section that's been dedicated to the Fringe and Code Blue Society, which obviously there's going to be the official programme, which is the only programme this year. We've also got new signage for the fringe venues. So we've got signage that will be within the event area, so people that aren't from the area can see, Boyce's Barrels up there will go there, or Town Hall Bars up there. So we've got them this year, because the ones we had previously were a bit tatty. But that's the only update from us that we've done.
Right. Can I just ask, it's only really, you might not know, Nina, but when they've been the Muni and the Hippodrome, when I might have been when Paddy did it, I don't know, it made sure that they weren't going to be two on at the same time, because then people are running about and think, oh, I really wanted to watch them and I also want to watch. So
There is some crossover, but it's been scheduled so that if you wish to, you can see every band that is on a main stage throughout the. So when social media trolls turn around and say, well, it isn't that many bands, it's only half that. No, actually, you can flip between the venues and see every single band that's scheduled.
good. Right. Anything else on? No? Operational elements of the festival.
So you've probably heard it already about 6 times, but the road closure has been approved. Got the documents, and the traffic management are due to put signs up this week with the advanced notices on. At the last ESAG meeting, I had a chat with Claire, who works for Lancashire Police, and we'd already agreed the security provision over that weekend. So we've got 3 SIA security at the Town Hall, 3 at the Pendle Hippodrome, 3 at the Exchange Project, 2 stewards either end of the road closure with a vehicle for anti-terrorism, and then 6 roaming SIA working in teams of 2 that'll walk up and down the area. They'll all have contact via radio, and they'll also have contact with myself and the first aid through the radio system. First aid is in place following guidance from the Purple Guide. Waste management has been booked, and they'll empty bins and clean the street throughout the event. And obviously, early hours in the morning when you've got to see a plastic at the bottom, they'll clean that up ready for the next day. So we have got that in place. Street entertainment, we've got a variety of entertainment taking place over the weekend. Free face painting both days. We've got Elton Wrong on the Saturday. Elton Wrong, same person we had last year. Elton John on the piano. We've got a unicyclist walkabout entertainment act, which is more for the little kids. We've got the Blues Brothers Stilt Walkers that will be handing out balloons with the festival logo on. We've got Musical Roof returning this year. We've got the Mirror Men, which you'll be able to see a photo of them in the programme that you've got. And the LED robot will be returning as well. Toilets, we've got additional toilets this year. So we've got the same number of toilets that we've always had down at Queen Street, which then the car park will get signs up this week, and then they'll get closed on the Wednesday before the festival to build the compound for the toilets, because they'll get delivered on the Thursday. We've got 2 toilets going at the Muni, because there's always been a gap between Queen Street and the next set, which is Town Hall. We'll have some portable toilets on our car park across the road, and then we'll have 1 toilet down near Market Street to deal with the demand from obviously the free micro pubs and Pendle Hippodrome. All the relevant licenses have been applied for, so that's temporary events notices use and the use of the premises license, which we have for the High Street. We're going to be fencing off the War Memorial as well, like we have done in previous years, and there'll be no banners put on it this year, which I don't even know where it came from last year. And we've got the hop on, hop off bus that's going to be operating over that weekend. So it'll start on the Friday night and work through till 9 p.m. and then Saturday, Sunday, 11 till 9 p.m. Merchandise, we've got all the merchandise ready. It's now been split into boxes ready to go to the rugby club, Hippodrome, and the pop-up merchandise store we'll have across the road. And all our till systems have been configured this afternoon, so we can track stock, and we know exactly who's sold what and how much and all that.
Yeah.
As easy as possible, so there's no messing around.
Where will our, we can't be at the front of the Muni this time. No point being there, is there?
We're going to have one across the road here.
Right.
And that's pretty much it in regards to the operational elements.
Can I just ask genuine this, because I don't know. It's been lovely weather for the last since 2015, I think. But how would now it have been when it's been cold and raining, and then nobody's outside? So if that happens, can you open the road? You know, if it's like completely everybody's.
It would be difficult to do so because of the number of roads. Hence why we get the traffic management company in, because the number of roads would then have to work our way up, opening every single side street. And then if it warmed up and everyone spilled out, you'd then rushing around to try and close the road.
Yeah.
So it probably wouldn't be advised to do so.
Okay. And yes, Ian.
Yeah, I know in previous meetings, etc., we've talked about issues, especially large cars with small children, with children with behavioural problems, etc. You know, SENDs, and with adults as well. Are we linking into, I would say, Sure Start for the young ones and maybe Scott Sentinel for the older ones with problems?
I've been contacting the Sure Start Centre to see if they've got space available to accommodate anyone we needs over that weekend, but I've not had any response as of yet. We are trying to find a quiet area for everyone, so that if there is anyone that's struggling over the weekend, they've got somewhere where they can go, have the time, and then get back to enjoying the fun. We have received our air defenders now as well, that we discussed at the events committee. So I'm going to be speaking with the toy man who's going to be trading at the market across the road to see if he's got the resources to be able to run the deposit scheme over that weekend. But I need to have a chat with him yet because I know he's got 2 or 3 stalls on across the road. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the show start time to get back to me.
Next, I think Considerable will be putting stuff on anyway they normally do during events. So again, they will be perfect because they're in a good central location and they've got a lot of experience in dealing with these kind of situations. So
Yeah, so that's another option, especially for adults. The sick adults.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Thank you, Ian. Anybody else?
sign-
Alice. Put her hand up
I was
before
just wondering about the war memorial. When I first came to Cone, I don't remember it ever being taped off. And I just wondered why we'd started to do that. Had there been an issue in the past, or because it doesn't look particularly pretty with the gates all around it. But if it's necessary, it's necessary. I just was wondering what the reasoning was.
Can I ask that one?
You can.
There's over the years, it's been seen to be where people have sat within the memorial drinking. And when asked to, excuse me, it is a memorial. And this is before I come anywhere near the cage, so I was a veteran. It's been a case of, well, somewhere to sit. And the attitude was, it's saying it is a war memorial, please don't just sit there having a party, having a drink. So I think when they put the barriers around, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but it stops people using it as somewhere to sit on the stairs and just, as they were at the time, drinking and whatever else.
Have you got anything else to say?
No.
No. Yes.
That started, or the problems started, it was still when
Alison Good was.
we're doing it, and a busker took it upon himself to busk there, and when asked to move, there was nearly a fight. But well, I've been coming wrong, but I think it's not pretty, but at least it stops the argument before it starts.
Yeah. So that rain. The little theatre, I mean, it's too late now, but if something desperate happens, something collapses, they're not starting it till September. They don't think anything's going to happen. I'm just thinking if something happened and we couldn't use there or something. But
Sorry, the point I was going to say before when they were talking about quiet spaces, the sign that's outside the parish church that says something Saturday, I read it properly this afternoon, and it says open bank holiday Saturday. So at least on Saturday there's the church will
there
be
where
open.
maybe that'd be quiet place. Yeah. Everything else okay for that operational stuff? Yeah. Town Hall Bar.
So the town hall will be open over that weekend. We're not running just one bar, we're running 2 this year. So we'll have bands on in the town hall like we did last year, and we'll have the bar installed, which were really busy last year. We're also adding in a second bar outdoors using our mobile draft kegerator bar. We've also borrowed some kit from Barn Oldswick to put on other bits of the bar. So we'll have cocktails, alcoholic slushies, spirits, alcohol pops, soft drinks, pretty much everything. Because we saw that a lot of businesses last year put an outdoor bar on and made a fortune. So we thought, with paying all the money to invest in the festival, we may as well try and get some back by having another bar. So we've got all that sorted. All the stock's been delivered and it's all been split between the 2 bars, and it's all been updated on the POS system, the till system, so we can track stock, and then each day we can see if we're running low on anything and go get additional stock. Town Hall's also going to be the volunteer signing point, and it'll be where volunteers will be able to get the briefing, get the packed lunch, and also get their day ticket once they've done their 4 hours of volunteering. It's also where most of the event management staff, so me and Gina, will be sorting out cash logs and that sort of stuff. We're going to have the outdoor seating area outside the town hall again, with gazebos to one side of the road so that any emergency vehicles can get through without having to move gazebos. It'll also be a briefing area for security, and if obviously the police need to find anyone, more than likely we'll be here to be able to assist with anything over the weekend. But that's pretty much it for the town hall.
You'll be contactable with a if we come here and say we need to find where Nathan is.
Yeah, I'll be contactable on radio anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. If we see you on that quad bike, we'll know. Right. Anything else?
No,
No?
not I can think of. Obviously, there'll be a box office at the town hall as well.
Yeah. So this is the only place they can get the tickets.
And they'll be able to get the tickets at the Pendle Hippodrome as well.
All right. Okay. Item 14, update from Corn Blue Society.
As I said before, the this year is pretty much boxed off, bar any emergency updates. We are working now on next year. We have asked the full council to have an agenda item for 2025 so that we don't have a repeat of the last 2 years where the decision as to what Colne Town Council will do with the Blues was left till, in our opinion, too late, certainly this year. So that, I believe, is on the agenda for the next full council meeting. We have already started booking bands, main stage bands for 2024. We're hoping to be able to at least promote some of those to people exiting the 2023 festival. And we're hoping to have early bird tickets available in September, so that for next year, so that we're rolling on the success of this year into next year. Yeah, just looking forward and working towards 2024 with more than half an eye on keeping 2023 under supervision as well.
Okay. Any questions for Nina? No? I've got the usual question. It's not depending on how the venues fill up. I know other artistic directors have had a load of complimentaries, and if it's a band that they think, because they say a festival's not a concert, a festival's about being with all the other people who are looking at the same band, and it's sort of a weekend thing. And if there's only a very few people in at one stage for a good band, it don't look good. But I don't know how you would judge that, because I think
what we have to avoid is undervaluing the tickets you've already sold, because obviously if you suddenly start letting people into a venue and you've got someone that's paid £100 for a ticket, they're not going to be the happiest if someone else has got in for free. It's something to monitor.
I'm not talking about full tickets. It might be just one evening that's quite sparse, or it's not. I don't know how you do it, but I know you'll have to decide whether. But I think, like Paddy, I think it was mostly he gave them to people who were with the band, some of the families that came with them, etc. Because we didn't see a lot of them that got given out. So I don't know how many got given out last year? You don't know really, because you don't know how many, what's it gave out, do you, Pete?
So last year there was not as many complimentary tickets given out as you'd think. There was only actually 50 complimentary tickets given out. The rest of the tickets were accessible area tickets, which were given to people that come with the bands. And that was just so that when that band was on, the people that come with them could go in, watch them, and that's it. Then they'd go. I think if you were to look at ticket sales this year compared to 2019, we've sold a lot more tickets than what
yes, we have.
we did back then.
Yeah.
Which obviously where it comes in, you don't want to devalue the
No,
festival.
no.
Obviously, previous years we've sold about 296 tickets, I think it were when I looked at it. Whereas this year we will double that. So there's a lot less likelihood that the venues are going to be empty or only have a couple of people in. Because we have sold a lot more tickets.
I think I don't know, it might have been 2019. As I say, when we look after that, we looked at the ticket and they were like, no, 360 sold and like 324 complimentary sort of thing. And it was like, what?
I think a lot of credit has to go to Scott Dawson, and the amount of advertising that has gone on
You're right, Nina, you are.
this year to promote the tickets.
Yeah.
And adding to that, into your equations here, that we've got 2 venues, but they are smaller, more intimate venues than the Muni. It can look a bit sparse when you've got a few people in that big space. I'd like to think this is going to be a nice, cozy festival.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah. Great. That's wonderful. Items for future agenda. Next 2024, 2025. Nothing else. You on it? Oh yes.
Oh no.
There's actually just one thing I'd say. I'd like to say a vote of thanks for Nathan and also to Nina and the Blue Society for the hard work that we put in. I mean, obviously,
it's meant that we haven't been as worried and getting anxious and keep ringing up the promoter and keep ringing. It's been like hard work. Before this year, we've. Oh. Yeah, he is, yeah. We're looking now, so thank you for all that you're doing. I don't know what we'd do if you had to come and really got a grip of it. Thank you. So I presume the next meeting will be sometime in late September, early October.
Monday the 9th of October.
Yeah.
It does say that on the agenda.
Oh yeah, I hadn't read that. Right. Is it anything else anybody wants to say? Right. Well, thank you, and thank you for everybody, and thank you for Nina. It's been a lot. It's been a pleasure, really, to have these meetings, because before they were quite fraught sometimes because we didn't know what was going on and etc. But thank you.
Thank you, and I'd like to say thank you to Nathan and Gina as well for being a pleasure to deal with. It's been less than fraught.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to be dealing with councillors; they just wind you up because we all think we know what we're doing. Right. Okay, then I'll close the meeting now, and let's all be there for the